Happy Friday. I'm Carrie Jacobson with Jacobson Family Law, where we keep the drama out of your divorce. Today, we are back for another Finance Friday, and today we're going to be talking about how to complete your list of assets and liabilities. So please follow along with us, leave comments or questions, and I'll be checking those as we go if there's anything that comes up. But I wanted to kind of walk through what I commonly put together along with our clients when we are doing a divorce case. And this is a worksheet that includes all of your assets, whether it's titled in your name, your spouse's name, or if it's they're titled in joint names, and all of your potential debts, or the liabilities associated with those assets. So we are going to walk through this worksheet together so that you have a better idea of how this is completed. And it can be a very invaluable tool, especially if you have a number of assets and need a better picture of exactly what there is on the table that needs to be discussed. And so oftentimes when we're negotiating or assisting our clients in negotiating their divorce settlement, it is really important for both parties to be on the same page as to what the assets and liabilities are before we even talk about how they're going to be divided. So that's what this exercise is all about today. So if you have questions, feel free to drop them in the comments, and I will get to those as they arrive. Otherwise, I'm just going to walk you through the worksheet, and feel free to leave a comment later if you're watching this on replay, and we'll get back to you. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. Give me one moment. And so this is a worksheet. You're going to see it's already kind of filled out, but I wanted to walk you through what this looks like. And so this is one that this is not an exact accounting of a case that we had previously, but it gives you a good idea of how this is handled. So as you can see, we've first list all of the non-retirement assets. So we've kind of categorized these things into different pieces. And the first is cash or anything related to what might be in a bank account. This column here is the total in those accounts. And as you see, we have listed simply the date that these values came from, because it's helpful when all of the accounts are valued as of the same date, instead of looking at, account values for one person from 6 months ago and then looking at account values from the other person from a current picture. So all of these are valued as of the same date. This is just a snapshot in time. And so these totals will add up to be everything in this line. And so as you can see, we have it broken out into party one. So this could be either spouse. Party two, if they had any individual accounts in their names, and those accounts that are in both or joint names. So we just identify them by the last 3 digits of the account number. These are all made up. And so it is just so that everyone is on the same page as to what the account is, and also so they can be identified in your marital settlement agreement. And then you will see that there's a total of about $45,000 in cash between all of the accounts, $11,000, almost $500 in party one's individual name, and then another $33,000, $33,500 or so in joint names. So this again is just the snapshot. This is not indicating how these individuals are going to divide their assets. It's just a picture of what they have. Okay. And in this scenario, we also have a business. And so we are indicating on this spreadsheet that party one has a business, and that business has a valuation of $117,000. Now, various businesses are treated, in different ways, but typically, if there is a business, it may be included as an asset, and many times it may be necessary to get a business evaluation to determine exactly how much that business is worth. There may be other types of businesses where it is simply, one person, one of the individuals who is a solo proprietor. Maybe they're a therapist, maybe they are a carpenter, or maybe they're a handyman, or whatever the case may be. But the business would not exist without them, and so that valuation may be treated differently. If you have questions about that, feel free to reach out to us, or reach out to someone to get more information about that piece. In this scenario, the parties have a home, and the home in this scenario is titled in party one's name. Now, usually we are going to show what the equity is in the home, and so that's where this $275,000 came from. Sometimes that that could be addressed in different ways, but in this scenario, party one has equity in this home of $275,000. This sheet does not indicate, again, how the parties are going to divide that, but it does indicate how much there is to divide, if assuming that this home is a marital asset. We also have here that the parties have different life insurance policies. These are all term life insurance policies, so they do not reflect a value. If you have whole life insurance policies, it is possible that your life insurance policies will have a value, and that would be reflected. Additionally, we indicate that there is credit cards that are in party one's name. So they have $8,700 of debt in their name. And again, this is just a placeholder to determine how these individuals are going to handle that debt, whether party one's going to be responsible for that. Maybe that was used by the family for family expenses, and the parties agree that they're going to split that, but it is a debt to be discussed. These individuals do not have any personal loans, so that there's nothing there. And then we indicate their vehicles. So as you can see, the parties each have a vehicle in their name, and this is the equity in each of their vehicles. And so that can be discussed as well. Now we move on to some of the other assets. This couple had investment accounts, and so that would be like a brokerage account, maybe stocks, bonds, mutual funds, those sorts of things that are not in their retirement accounts. And here, party one has $108,000 in their name. So as you can see, in this scenario, party one has $656,000 worth of assets in their name. Party two only has $27,000 worth of assets in their name. And then in joint names, there's $33,000 of assets. So this would be a snapshot of what they own, and for them to discuss how they're going to divide that. Additionally, we have listed here inherited or non-marital assets. And in this scenario, there are both a bank account as well as a vehicle that is considered to be, that the parties have agreed are not marital. And those are sitting in party two's column. And then finally, we reflect the retirement accounts and how those are titled. So in this scenario, party one has $615,000. And in this scenario, party two has about $268,000 worth of retirement assets. So as you can see, this will help the parties now take this information and have a conversation about what they want to do with dividing these assets as well as these expenses. And that's going to vary depending on what each of their needs are and what it is that they're trying to accomplish. So we'll get into more in a future Finance Friday as to how to divide these assets, but this gives you a good understanding of why a worksheet like this is very important, because it will be helpful for you in your divorce case to have a list of these assets and know exactly what everyone is, trying to evaluate. If you would like these sample worksheets, feel free to go to our Stan store, which is stan.store/Jacobson Family Law, to get a copy for yourself so that you can complete these on your own for your divorce case. If you have questions or would like to reach out about your matter and would need help in guiding you through your divorce or divorce mediation, feel free to reach out to us at our website, which is jacobsonfamilylaw.com, and we hope you have a great weekend. Bye-bye.